Hello and welcome to Physicality Therapies and our Pilates series. So today is something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a workout using these, which are Pilates exercise bands. If you haven't got actual Pilates ones, you can just get some sort of some elastic, some sort of TheraBand sort of stuff. It's all available online, and we'll put links in the video description. So let's kick this off. So we're going to go into our warm-up, and for this, so the bands come in different colours for different resistances. They'll usually tell you on them. Anything with your arms, well, to be honest, use whatever band you want. I'm going to use the lighter resistance for my arms, heavier resistance for my legs. So I'm just going to start by wrapping this band around my hands and having both my palms facing upwards. I'm going to set myself in a standing position on the mat, and then we're just going to go into a dumb waiter now. If you do both like this, you'll end up with your shoulders flaring out. So we're going to just do one at a time, out into a dumb waiter, and you'll just feel that bit of extra resistance making everything slightly harder. And we're just going to keep going one at a time and back, one at a time and back, one at a time and back. So it just gives you a little bit more control doing one at a time. Now if you unwrap your bands slightly so you've got a little bit more slack, we're then going to go into a Cleopatra. So with one arm we're going to go out and reach out. And you need to keep your hands sort of clasped to do it, so it's a bit of a weird movement if you're used to a normal Cleopatra. So we're going to go out and tip and come back in, out, tip and back in. You should start to feel that there's a bit more resistance on your shoulders. We're getting a bit more work through them. And back, tip and back. Brilliant. I'm going to keep going with this. You should feel a little bit harder through those shoulders. Get a little bit more work and a little bit more of a stretch in there. And back. Brilliant. And then from here we're going to look to then warm up our legs as normal. We're still sort of going to build in some body weight stuff into this class. Alright, so for now we're just going to keep our band wrapped nice and tightly around our arms into our dumb waiter sort of position, and we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and back down. And we're just going to keep doing that. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to build in the fact that when we're up, we're going to extend one arm out and then come back down. And then what we're actually going to do is we're going to build into doing basically with our arms out like this and coming back into sort of a double Cleopatra position. Right. So we're going to start off dumb waiter. So arms, bands nice and tight, arms just out as normal. Band wrapped around your hand, and we're going to go up, arm goes out and back down, up, other arm goes out and back down, up, arm goes out and back down, up, arm goes out and back down, up, out, down, up, out, down. Brilliant. I'm going to keep going with this. So there's slightly more complexity to this in terms of sort of coordinating your band, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely gives these shoulders a good workout at the same time as everything else, and it just adds another dimension to your workout, doing a bit more strength work. Brilliant. And then unwrap once, and we're going to keep our hands facing down in sort of a modified Cleopatra sort of position. And if you tuck your thumbs in like this so they're over the top of your band, just so you've got full control. As we go up, we're going to stretch out and come back down. Up and out and back down. So your arms are still maintaining in at your sides, your shoulders are still maintaining down. Now we're going to push out and back down. Push out and down. And then we're going to hold up in this position. So you're up on your tiptoes, bands just relaxed, and then we're going to drop one heel, stretch out. So as we drop the other heel, we come back in. So you're going to get that walking sort of motion in as we're stretching. Keep going with this. Starting to get a bit of warmth in those arms now, and in your legs. Keep that control. Brilliant. And then from there, we're going to start to sort of warm up our spine and get down onto the mat. So we're going to start at the end of our mat now. And we're going to do our normal sort of roll down routine. So we're going to start to tuck our chin in, roll down, and roll back up. And just again, getting that speed in there to roll down and roll back up. Rolling down and rolling back up. So we're doing it all in one breath. So we're breathing out and in as we come up. Out, in as we come up. Out, in as we come up. And then this time we're going to go down onto the mat. So we're going to roll down, walk out, and we're going to get into this position here. From this position here, we're going to do a bit more strength work again. So we're going to tuck our feet in and we're going to do some knee hovers. So we're going to come up and we're going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go back down. We're going to do this 3 times. So this is our first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and back down. That's our second. And this is our last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and come back down. Here, what we're going to do is, if that's challenging you enough, stick with holding for 5 seconds and do a couple of them. We're going to go up and we're going to hold for 10 seconds this time. So we're going to come up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and come back down. One more of those. Let's rep it out. Let's do this. One more. Up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and come back down. Rock back on your heels into your rest position. Stretch out. Get a good stretch through those shoulders and that spine. And then we are going to go, we're going to start off on our side and heavier resistance band if you've got one. And what you want to do is get this around sort of just above your knee and tie this on. So tie that onto there, and I'm going to get onto my side. And this is a really good way of really getting these glutes activated. So if you struggle in a normal clam to get your glutes activated, this could be the one for you. So you're going to pull up and we're going to go down. Make sure you've got the band nice and tight in that rest position. Pull it up against a little bit more resistance here. You'll start to feel that. And what we're actually going to do now is when we get to the top on this one, we're going to get to the top and we're going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and come back down. And then we're going to go up to the top again and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and come back down. And we're going to go up once more and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And we can progress this into our level 2. Give that a go. You'll feel that burn. We're just going to keep repping this one out. Keep going. You'll start to really feel that all down here as we're getting everything working. We're starting to get a bit of a stretch on that band. We're starting to get things working here. Brilliant. And we're going to do 3 more. So 1, 2 and 3. Brilliant. We're going to keep that band where it is. We're going to rotate onto our back. And from here, we're going to do just some simple hip twists. But you feel the difference now, pushing against that band. Now actually, a lot of you may find this easier to stabilise. You might find that actually you've got a bit more stability because of these being joined up. We're just going to keep repping this out. On one leg I'm on at the minute, as you can see. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then go to our other leg. 1, and keep going. And keep going with this. Nice stretch on that band. Pushing out. So yeah, some exercises are easier with a band. It just depends on how you are getting on really with it. So we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2 and 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up into our hip twist, level 2. So we're going to pull our leg up. This is where you may need a little bit more room in your band. I'm okay. And we're just going to go for that. And as you can see, that one I definitely find harder. But I feel like I'm getting the movement from the right place here, rather than sometimes you're getting a lot of that movement. I feel like because I know that I'm pushing against that band, I know that I'm getting that movement right. So we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2 and 3. And then we're going to switch to our other side here. So again, float this leg up and we're going to start off. You may find that you're getting smaller movements with this, but you're engaging those muscles more. And that's exactly what you want from a strength-based workout. You want to be engaging those muscles more to give you more power to push against that. And that's going to give you a nice isolated movement, which is a good strengthening movement. I think we're all needing that right now, with how all this lockdown and everything. Something to focus on. Brilliant. We're going to do 1 more and come back in. So from here we can then turn this into our bridge, and to be honest, there is no difference. If you keep your band there's no difference to your bridge. You'll know as you come up there's no difference, and you can do all your usual things. So we need to make that bridge a little bit harder. So what I'm going to do is untie this band. When you regret double knotting it. There we go. So untie this band, it's going to go under my feet. My feet are going to pin it into the mat, so it's a little bit difficult to get into to start off with. And then what I'm going to do is, as I come up into my bridge, I'm then going to pull on these arms. So I'm going to pull my arms back. Getting a bit of a bicep curl into this. we're holding our bridge position, just a normal bridge position, and we're going to see how many of these bicep curls we can get in. It's a really great way to isolate as well, work out your full body here. We're at a bridge position, keeping our core braced while we're doing some bicep curls. Don't forget to keep breathing as we're doing this. So breathe out as we go up, in as we come back down. We're going to keep going with this. And we're going to come back and reset our bridge. So roll up into our bridge, and we're going to keep going. How many we can do this time before we have to reset our bridge. Everything tight, everything locked. So these are more like sort of a hammer curl you do with a weight. Still really, really effective. Still having to use your arms to pull this weight. Or to pull against this resistance, I should say. So weight to these bands, there is a lot of resistance. I'm going to come back down. Brilliant. So now from here, we're now actually going to go on to our other side and replicate what we did with our glutes. So tie your band. And we go into our clams from the other position. So align yourself against your mat. And we're just going to go into our clam position here. And so just normal clams to start off with our level 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to transition into our level 3. So legs up, sort of hip height, and we're going to push into it. Brilliant, keep going. Feel that in that glute, feel that burn. And keep going with it. Good. I'm going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Whoa. Really feel that glute, don't you? Right. Untie your band. And now, whichever band you want for your arms this time, we're going to put under our chest. So we're going to come down onto the mat in the front. I'm going to make sure I've got enough room to do this. And we want to be on our band so it doesn't move. And then what you're going to do is we're going to go into our breaststroke arms. So we're going to push forwards, round in big circles to come back, forwards, reach out, round in big circles to come back, reach out, round in big circles, reach straight forwards and round. And then from here we're going to build in our swimming legs. So there's 2 ways you can then do this. We're going to start off with just having the band on our arms. I'm then going to show you how you can then make this harder on your legs as well. So We're going to start off with the band just on our arms. So again, exactly what we've been doing. So we're just elongating our legs and going into our swimming legs while we do our arms as well. Brilliant. Keep going, keep that control. Even if you've got to slow down those legs to get that control and that lengthening through your legs. If you haven't done the breaststroke arms before, remember you slowly coming up and you're coming round. Brilliant. And we're just going to relax there for a minute. Okay. And now I'm going to show you how to sort of get your legs as well involved. So this is where, if you've got two bands, it's useful. You want one band around your ankles. And you want your other band to then lie on. So, just start off with your legs to start off with, so you'll feel now that you've got a lot of resistance there to push through as you do it. So just starting off with some swimming legs. Brilliant. So you feel that resistance. And then from here, we're just going to do exactly the same as we were doing before. So what you're going to do is you're going to push forwards and come round and get these legs going at the same time. So starting to feel this workout now. So just feel what you're doing, concentrate on keeping that pelvis from rocking. At the same time, pulling in these advanced moves. If the arms are too much, just give them a pause and focus on the legs so we get back in rhythm with those legs. And we're going to keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. From here, we're now just going to adjust the position of that band around our feet. So you just want to do that. What you want on it is to be about calf height. You want a little bit of slack. So you want it to look something like that. So you've got a bit of slack, but not too much. And then we're going to go back down into the position we were just in. It's all going to be leg work now, so if you have got a head cushion and you want to put it under, then we're going to put that under here. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our single leg kick. So if you can't remember what that is, we're going to stretch up. This is where your band needs to be further down. And I can't adjust it. So we're going to stretch up, out, up, and out, like that. And your heel points, your toes point. Heel points, toes point. Heel points, toes point. Okay, let's get going then. So heel points, toe points. I'm going to go for this leg now, so we're going to keep going. And then we're going to swap in a minute. Brilliant, keep going. Keep that stability. Don't worry if your band's moving around and you can't correct it. Keep going with the movement. Right. So there is an alternative position for your band here, which is on your foot. So it's attached to your other leg and on your foot. So it's going to come like this. I find that one a bit harder to control because, as you can hear, it's just sliding up and down my leg the entire time. So it's a bit harder to sort of control for me. I prefer it around my ankle and just to keep it taut as I do it. So this isn't the easiest exercise to do with a band. We're now going to swap over onto our other leg. Brilliant. I'm going to do 3 more, so 1, 2, 3. Brill. So it is something you can do. I just find it quite frustrating to keep having to adjust your band there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a little bit of a cool down. Okay, so we're going to start with our stretching work now. So I'm just going to remove that band and chuck that out the way. And we're just going to go into a cobra stretch. So we're just going to come up and rotate up all through the spine, neck elongating, straight up. I'm going to hold that 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and come back down. We're going to do another one of those. We're going to stretch up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and come down. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and come back down. And now we're going to tuck our feet under, come up, rock back onto our heels and get into our rest position stretch. So stretch ourselves forwards as much as possible. Keep everything as far down onto the mat as you can. Keep pushing forwards. And come up. And we're going to go back down into that. So we're going to stretch back down. And hold 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And we're just going to slowly come back up. So I hope you've enjoyed that. That's just a very short band session there using the Pilates exercise bands. It just gives you a bit of an idea of the different sort of moves that you can add them into. So even on any of our other classes where you think, oh yeah, I quite like the format of that class, I like how the exercises are put together, but I want it to be a little bit more challenging, I want to challenge myself a little bit more. Great way to add in these bands for some or all of your exercises. So obviously this class today was all bands. I wouldn't ever really do a whole class like this. I'd tend to sort of add it in. So you'll probably see on some other the workouts that we're going to bring in with our equipment that we're going to sort of do moves with equipment, moves without equipment, and add in different bits. That's sort of how you'd sort of expect in terms of a normal class. But this just gives you some ideas. Hope it's been useful. If it has, hit like, hit subscribe. Really helps us out and gives us the motivation, especially to keep producing this if we know you're liking it. The other thing is as well, drop us any comments, anything that you like to do with the Pilates bands, anything that the other exercises that you think are really good and suitable for the bands, add them in. We'll definitely add in some more ideas as things go on. So hopefully see you next time on Physicality Therapies.